Hi there, it's Scott Stuff with a quick review of Cavum, like Steakum. Cavum is a game where what you're doing is going into caves, you're digging around, and you're getting gems. It's an action point game, which means you've got a lot of different things to do on your turn, and so it can really hurt your brain. I found if you've played games like Call, I found it triggered that same sort of brain thinking. It's a game that you can slow down and it'll have a lot of analysis paralysis because there's so many different things to do. And so what you're trying to do is go into caves, get gems, and leave. That's how it all works. Let me show you how it works on the board. So here's the board for Cavum. Here's what you're going to be doing is you're going to be placing these tiles on the board with an attempt of building connections out to places to get these colored gems. You'll get the colored gems and then you can sell them for points either on an open stock market mechanism or you can create things with them. If you play these 4 gems, you're going to create this thing making it worth that many points. Those are the 2 ways of getting points. Now the way you're going to collect gems is by putting these little cubes, these stations of yours, out on the board. And what will happen is at the end of each of your phases, you're going to have a chance to go out and get things. And the way that works is you create the longest run you can, starting with one of your blocks, going to another one of your blocks, and picking up all the gems along the way. And that's how you're going to get stuff. When you do that, other people can block your way. If this yellow thing was here, that means I wouldn't be able to go beyond it because someone else has a station on that spot. On your turn, what you have is you have a board, and you've got 10 different things you can do during your turn. And on your turn you do 1 of them or 4 of them or somewhere in the middle. So 1 to 4 actions you can take during your turn. And so you take a turn, you play as many of these things as you wish, and these are very specific. It means you're going to have 1 of these to play, 1 of these to play, 1 of these to play, 1 of these to play. You're going to have some dynamite to put out, some stations to put out. You can put out a mine, and then you've got some wild cards to use for something else. So on your turn you're going to do up to 1 to 4 things. And then the next player goes, and when you run out of the tiles and stuff up top, you're done, and you have to wait for everyone else to finish. The last thing you can do on the turn is prospect, which means you make the little run and pick up stuff along the way. Then there's a sell-off phase. In the sell-off phase, people can bid on how low they are willing to sell their stuff. I might say, I'll sell green at 7. You can say, I'll sell green at 5. If you win, then you can sell off all your green at the price of 5, and it'll fill up this market. The other thing that happens is at the end of each of the rounds, and there's 3 big rounds, there's dynamite explosions, and these explosions tear apart parts of the mine that don't have stations or gems on them. So what happens is everyone has all these dynamites explode, and you end up with the board broken up, and you have to start again for the next phase. There are 3 phases and a final scoring. So that's the way this game works. Well, that's Cavum. What I think about it, well, I don't really like games like Call. I find that there's too many options, too much to do, and my brain hurts. And so if you liked those games, you should take a look at Cavum. If you didn't like those games, I'd say stay away. For me, it triggers the same thing. The other thing that happens with that dynamite is 1/3 of the way through the game, everything changes, and you got to start all over again, and I go, bah. Because I like the ability of making plans that last throughout the game rather than having to restart every 1/3 of the game. But other people like that. So hopefully that's enough about Cavum to help you make a decision if it's a game you want to order. Talk to you later. Bye.